Hello, good morning. This is EASTAFRI. This is EASTAFRI TV. For those who don't know me, my name is Audrey. I represent EASTAFRI TV, and I'm here today to talk about how consulting in digital solutions and what EASTAFRI can do for companies, specifically companies in Burundi, for example. So EASTAFRI, as you know, here in EASTAFRI, we do business, we do digitalization as well. So today I'm just going to be talking about digitalization in Burundi, specifically because Burundi is my home country. That's where my story begins, in Burundi. And today I'm coming to tell you about how can we lever up? How can we lever up in Burundi? Because you can hear that many people are talking about AI. People are talking about digital platforms, and then the Burundi country. So Burundi has a plan in 2040 to be a developed country, and then in 2060 to be a well-developed country. So how can you achieve that? How can the country like Burundi achieve that in a real time and without being left behind by other African countries? So number one thing, if you take an example of our neighbor countries, for example, I'm not going to name any of the country. I'm not going to name any country at all. But I'm just going to focus on Burundi because it is our beautiful home country, and that's where our story begins. That's why I'm focusing on country. So if you're looking to be in a way that you're going to be developed in 2040, there are some steps that you need to take. There are some stuff that you need to do for you to be called a developed country or a country that is being developed. So one of the things that cannot be left behind specifically is digitalization, right? So if you know Burundi well, you know that digital platforms, digital payments, things that are done, let's say businesses that are being done online, are right? So those are non-existent. You cannot go in Burundi and order food online, for example, at the moment, and then pay online, right? So now I see some young entrepreneurs trying to achieve that, trying to innovate, to bring that digital innovation in the country. But there are still some challenges. One of the biggest challenges that Burundi is facing right now is the internet, the connectivity, the infrastructures for connectivity in Burundi is non-existent. But there are some efforts that are being made by the country, by the government, to see how we can be there in a real time, be there without being left behind. For example, I can name the Starlink. Right now, we do have Starlink in Burundi, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. We do have Starlink in Burundi, and I feel like it is one of the biggest huge accomplishment in the country. So if you can afford Starlink, if you can afford internet in Burundi and buy Starlink, it doesn't matter if it's a mini or standard, you can reach out to EASTAFRI, and then I can help you make sure that you get connected, well connected, and get the connection that you deserve, that can help you elevate your businesses, that can help you elevate your go to the next level in terms of connection, because some of our clients have a speed of about 400 Mbps. That has never been seen before in Burundi. So I was talking about what is the challenge that's preventing the digital platforms to be created, online businesses to be created. One of that challenge was to have a good connection infrastructures in Burundi so that people can get connected, so that everybody have access to the internet. Right now, it is still a challenge because it is still seen as a luxury product. So it's not everybody that can afford it because it is expensive to buy, it is expensive to install, and also it is expensive to pay monthly fees to have that connection. So that's one of the challenge, but it is being done. So now, what can the country do to support young entrepreneurs that are in Burundi to shift the focus and start innovating to the point that they start thinking about doing business online. They start thinking about how can we shift the focus on to, let's say, digital payments, for example. Right now in the country, people are still paying cash. People are still holding cash. You cannot, I know there are some businesses out there like Lumicash, Kokash, and Bankobu Inoti, for example. So all of those are part of the innovation. But if you look at our developed countries like Canada, I'm in Canada, for example, if you look at those developed countries, the way we make payments, the way we transact, the way we send money to each other, it is very tremendous. It is amazing. It is fast. It is secure. And how can we make sure that we learn from developed countries like Canada and United States, and then bring that knowledge where we belong, where we come from, to make sure that we're helping the country achieve the target. So right now in EASTAFRI, because we do digital services as well, so I'm focusing on digital platforms, digital transformation in Burundi, so that every merchant in Burundi at least have a website, right? If you are a merchant in Burundi, have a website, have a mean of payment, so that people can come in on your website, buy products, pay you online, or order products, pay, and then you ship those products, right? So that is something that we need to start thinking, so that we can elevate, innovate, because if you just stay there, you have a business, you're staying there, and you're just waiting for customers to come to you and then pay and go cash, you're just gonna stay, in that a small niche of business. But if you want to go international, if you want to elevate yourself, if you want to do many transactions, have good money, you want to start thinking digital. Have a good website, have a good payment platforms where you can manage transactions online. It is secure, and then EASTAFRI can give you the systems that you need for digital payment, a digital platform, creating your websites as well. And that is what merchants need. It doesn't matter if you are in the restaurant industry, if you are in the garment industry, if you are in the whatever case scenario can be done online. Whatever case, whatever industry that you are in, there is a way of shifting from physical, doing business in a physical way. There's a way of shifting from doing that to going digital, right? And EASTAFRI can take your business from here to here because of that digital transformation, and we are here to help you, we are here to assist you, and that is only our goal, that is only our purpose, to make sure that whatever we learned abroad, overseas, help us to understand how businesses are conducted online, and then shift that to help our developing countries in Burundi, our beautiful country. So that's what I'm talking about today. Tell me, in your country, if you live in Africa, how is business conducted? Is it still cash? Can somebody come and then pay online? For example, I can give you one day I was traveling, going in one of the country in Africa that I'm not gonna name, and I came to the airport. Then they say you need to pay a visa because I had a Canadian passport and I was in a different African country, right? They said you need to pay for the visa. I said, yeah, that's fine. What is the machine? I want to pay. I want to tap my card and go, so that I don't waste my time, right? And what happened is that there was no connection, there was no machine to be able to pay online, and I was like so disappointed. I was like, we shouldn't be having to deal with this in 2026, right? So that's why I'm telling you, if you have the power to transform your business, or if you have a business, I'm talking to you that you're watching this video, if you have a business and you're looking to elevate and go digital from physical goods and everything else that you're doing right now, I can transform your business process from physical to digital. That's what EASTAFRI can do, including everything else and the payment as well, and set up your accounts and set up your payment platform so that people that are able to pay digitally can do so. People that are looking to order online can do so. Let me tell you something. In the restaurant industry, for example, that business here in Canada is huge. People are making tons of money, even in the transportations. You know, Uber Eats, for example. Have you heard about Uber Eats where you are? Yes. Uber Eats, you can order food at your comfort, from your comfort zone, order food, everything you want, add ketchup, add mayo, pay online, the food is delivered in a matter of 15 minutes or 20 minutes at your home. You pay, you have good, tasty food and secure payment method. So that whole process, you don't need to go to a restaurant to enjoy your meal. You can stay home, enjoy Netflix and chill, right? So that's what I'm talking about. So how can we shift? But we do have challenges. As I'm talking about Burundi, as I mentioned before, we do have challenges. And how can we lift challenges? How can we tackle that to make sure that those challenges are not in our way to conduct businesses effectively? So EASTAFRI is what it can do for you. It can bring you from physical, everything else that you're doing, transform your business processes into a digital way and increase your revenue and stay happy. So if you're looking to link up, if you're looking to connect with EASTAFRI, do not hesitate. The website is on the YouTube bio. You can check on our website. The phone number is already there as well. And link up with me. I'll be more than happy to assist you. And all I'm trying to do right here is to bring solutions to the table so that we shift our mind in terms of how we think. I've been in Burundi. Last year I was in Burundi and I saw that there are some stuff that are being done. There is some work that is being done in terms of how people are conducting businesses. Now there are many young entrepreneurs that are thinking about delivery, that are thinking about, you know, how you can order from your comfort zone, right? You order something and then you pay with Lumikash and then somebody brings you the food. But we still do have challenges. I accept that and I know that. But those are not going to prevent us from continuing innovating until we reach where we want to be. And there's a huge opportunity in Burundi to do that. And there's a huge market to do that. But there are risks as well that you need to take into consideration, specifically everything else that has to do with the infrastructures and the economy, the politics and all of that. Yes, take into consideration that, but do not stop. Keep thinking and innovating, and EASTAFRI is here to elevate you and put your business to the next level. Thank you. Have a good day.